This product is brought to you by Sitenetic Corporation, Seven Deltas. Written by Edgar Rodriguez. Edited by Monique Rose. Sustainable balance. Understand, discover, transform. Chapter 1. Defining success. The definition of success is whatever you want it to be. For most, it's the accumulation of wealth or possessions. You know, the big house, the fancy car, status, pretty much keeping up with the Jones. Others find success in helping people or serving special causes. They measure their life based on the sharing of their time and resources. And then there are those who find success in touching people via laughter, motivation, inspiration, amazement, entertainment. Whatever your personal definition of success is, as long as it's bringing you peace, joy, and a sense of fulfillment in your life, it's perfect. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Success is based upon our personal reality, the way we choose to see the world, and the application of its laws and boundaries in our lives. When we talk about living successful lives, for some reason the majority of us think about wealth in terms of money and the possessions we've been told measure up to a successful life. In 2005, I started a documentary company called People Films. Our documentary product revolved around capturing and telling the stories of ordinary people, ordinary in quotes. Believe me, there is absolutely nothing ordinary about anybody's life. Each journey is filled with success, failure, hope, despair, tears, and laughter. It was both a privilege for me and amazing to sit and listen as people opened their entire lives to me. At the end of each documentary, my final question was always the same. I would ask, if you could leave one piece of advice for future generations about how to live an amazing life, what would it be? The first time I asked that question, I was interviewing a man who had built an airline literally from the ground up. Kiko was born in 1919 in Parras, Coahuila, located in the northern part of Mexico. He had grown up in a little farm and dreamed of becoming a pilot after seeing his first airplane at a county fair. A man well into his 80s then, although fragile, his look was that of a man who commanded respect. Yet his smile revealed a gentle, kind-hearted soul. Pictures of his youth revealed a strong, rugged, handsome man who had put himself through school, earned his wings, and literally invented his own airline, Aerobaja, which catered to movie stars like Steve McQueen, John Wayne, Maria Felix, Pedro Infante, and a multitude of movie stars and celebrities. I was an MBA student at the time, and secretly, I was waiting for him to divulge some magical secret of achieving great business success. But the answer Kiko gave me was further from anything I could have expected. He looked straight into my eyes and said, "Laugh as much as you can, live your life with integrity, and do what makes you happy." And then he laughed. That contagious laugh of his, which made everyone in the room smile. His laughter was that of a man who had seen and lived a lifetime of struggle, yet enjoyed every bit of it. He had been a farmer, pilot, entrepreneur, businessman, husband, father, grandfather, and now a great-grandfather. A truly amazing man who had lived an amazing life. I remember during the editing process, I would rewind and listen to his piece of advice over and over. And I thought to myself, what makes me happy? The question bothered me because I didn't have an answer. Not a real answer anyway. And then it happened, that click, that magical sensation we get that declares complete understanding. I leaned back in my chair, looked into the screen, and laughed and smiled. This makes me happy, listening, talking, and connecting with people. It's amazing what you can learn from other people's journeys. Although every documentary was unique, I quickly realized we all desire similar things. We desire to be part of something great, to do something significant, to feel our time on this earth was well spent, and that at the end we have more good memories than bad. Perhaps the most important thing I learned was the idea that everyone's life is their own creation. We decide, regardless of our circumstances, what our lives are going to look like. Our lives can be cut short at any moment in time. It's the manner you live your life that gives it purpose, not necessarily what you achieve. You can take two people with the same goal, both achieving their goal, yet when you look deeper, their journeys may be completely different. If you want to achieve for the purpose of achieving, you're missing the point and robbing yourself of the experience. Each one of us is a perfect creation. Each one of us has the ability to achieve anything we want. We just need four things. We need a vision, a plan, action, and faith. The late Earl Nightingale, American author and motivational speaker, once wrote, "Everything starts with an idea. Think of everything you've ever done in your life. If you step back and really look, you'll realize that you have been creating your world from the moment you opened your eyes and took in your first breath. Whether you realize it or not, you are the architect of you. And you've had many helpers, good or bad, helping you build your body, your mind, and your current state in life." There is a debate in psychology called nurture versus nature. Scientists are trying to figure out what has the greatest influence in our personal growth and development. This, of course, includes our body, mind, and state. So, is it our environment or is it our biological makeup, DNA? Although no one has come up with a convincing and definite answer, most scientists can agree that both genetics and our environment have an effect on an individual's choices and life. It is imperative that you be aware that these forces are real, are in motion, and have affected, and most important, continue to affect your life. Keywords: have and continue. Like any force around us, our awareness of its existence and understanding of it allows us to manage it. For example, let's take gravity. We know that it exists, has a significant effect on our bodies, and we experience it when we fall. But how often do we fall? Well, most likely as few times as possible. Why? Because we've learned to develop a certain degree of balance and coordination, which helps avoid tripping and falling. Isn't this, in a way, managing the effect of gravity on our bodies? Sure it is. So if we can learn to maneuver this force, why can't we learn to maneuver or manage our predispositions and our environment? Some of you may be saying to yourselves, wait a minute, we can't change who we are. I'm a grown person. I'm stuck. I can't do anything about this stuff. It is what it is. I'm always going to be fat because it's in my genes. My whole family is fat. I was born stupid and will never be smart. I was told I come from a long line of losers, therefore I'm destined to be one. Can't do anything about it. I'm from the ghetto and will die in the ghetto. Others may be saying, all I've ever known are gangs, crime, and prison. I'm always going to be a criminal. It's in my genes. Well, let me tell you this. Whoever told you these things lied to you. These are lies, lies, lies. Let me repeat that. These are lies, 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 and more lies. You have been conditioned to believe these things. The truth is that you are an incredible force. You are an amazing creation who has been given the gift of choice. You own a mind that can be shaped and transformed into so many ways. A body that has the power to heal itself and reshape itself. You hold the same power in you that created the universe. You have life in you. So open your eyes. Throw away the old belief system, which is full of lies, and create new one. Reality check. We are all born in the same condition. We are born perfect, beautiful, complete blank slates. As we interact with our circle of influencers, such as parents, guardians, society, school, church, government, and others, we are introduced and indoctrinated into these belief systems. We accept everything as truth because we see everyone around us doing the same thing. Therefore, it must be right and it must make it true. Also, keep in mind that in our early years, we haven't been exposed, we haven't experienced anything, therefore we can't compare anything. So if we are told by any of our influencers that we are smart, beautiful, and superior, or the opposite, that we are dumb, ugly, and inferior, we tend to accept it, especially if these beliefs are constantly being reinforced by both words and actions. Listen, it may seem like a sad situation, but it really isn't. It's actually a very powerful tool which has been used to create, destroy, enslave, and free people for thousands of years. We do it to one another on a daily basis. We poison each other's life with hurtful words and the way we treat each other. Oh, but wait, I'm a good person, you say. I don't do those things. Oh, really? So let's stop and think about your different interactions today. How did you treat that person behind the counter making your coffee this morning? Or the way you embarrassed your coworker the other day by making him the punchline during a crude joke? Listen, we don't know how their belief systems have been building over the years. You may be reinforcing a belief system of weakness, failure, and defeat. Not everyone is lucky enough to have a belief system that makes them innocuous to ill treatment. A system where negative comments seem to just roll off because their belief system tells them every day that they are strong and powerful, blessed and gifted, beautiful and amazing. It is our belief system that governs our body, mind, and lifestyle. Let's start with your body. According to psychologist William Herbert Sheldon, who is credited for the creation of somatotype and constitutional psychology, people's body types can be classified into the following three types. Ectomorph, which is your typical skinny person. Mesomorph, your muscular, athletic, physical type. And endomorph, your round, soft body type. Let's say that this is true, and we all fall into one of these categories for sake of argument. If we had our choice, I think most of us would choose what society has conditioned us to choose, and that is to have an ectomorph or mesomorph body. After all, isn't this what our culture calls beautiful? Isn't this what we all strive for? Reality check. Yes. And we can all achieve it, but only if we want it. If you do not want to be described as soft and round, you can change this. There are thousands of cases of people who have lost hundreds of pounds and have transformed their bodies. How? You know exactly how. Hard work, discipline, sweat, dedication, and commitment. The process is not pleasant. And guess what? It's continuous. Once you get the body you want, you have to work with the same intensity to maintain it. One of the key principles of 7 Deltas is creating change by establishing awareness and accepting responsibility. Let's talk about the story of what really happened to your body. As infants, we had no control as to how our body was nourished or exercised. True? Yes. This was the role and responsibility of our parents or guardians. As we grew older, little by little, we began to take over these responsibilities. Again, the development of our bodies, good or bad, is a product of a combination of conscious choices, some made by others, but most made by you. If you're reading this book, there's a high probability, and I'm just guessing here, that you are currently fully responsible for the nourishment and exercise of your body. So, if you are unhappy with your body, do something about it. Start taking responsibility and control over the nourishment, upkeep, and maintenance of your body. This is all based on your belief system. Chapter 2, what is 7 Deltas? 7 Deltas is a system that will help you identify your current state, help you discover your true passion, create a plan, and most important, breathe life into the plan and put it into motion. Why did we name the system 7 Deltas? The number 7 represents completion or perfection. Delta is the mathematical symbol used to represent change, difference, or transformation of a value. We will be focusing on what we call your core, which consists of 7 key areas. We believe that by focusing on these 7 areas, you can begin to transform yourself into a more powerful and fulfilled being. A being living a life full of purpose and quality. In a nutshell, we want to help you get off your butt and do the things you are meant to do. We begin the process by introducing you to your core. Your core is made up of the following key areas: spirituality, health, family, education, career, finance, and fun. It's within these areas that we begin the alignment process. Imagine you want to run, but you can't because your back is all out of line. What do? Well, you probably go to a chiropractor, have him twist, pull, and push things into alignment. It can be a painful process, but you do it because it's the only way you can maximize your running ability. A lot of us are trying to run with bad backs, and we wonder why we can't get far. Once we help you align your core, you'll go through a series of exercises that will help you uncover your dreams and aspirations. Unfortunately, for some of us, we've hidden those dreams. At some point in our lives, someone used them to hurt us. We were told they weren't good enough, or we weren't good enough to achieve them. And sadly, we believed them. Well, we're going treasure hunting, and we're going to uncover these treasures and breathe new life into them. Why? Because we can. Because you can. With our current newfound treasures in front of us, we will learn the process of making each of these visions, ideas, thoughts, hopes, dreams into something tangible, something real. You'll be surprised how easy it is to move things from what we call our dream circle over to your reality circle. In addition, we'll teach you the planning techniques and establish your ARR system: accountability, reporting, and reward. Our goal is to teach you a process that you can use in any part of your life and throughout your entire lifetime. When you feel your life is out of balance, chaotic, has no direction, and is just simply not moving, you can draw life and energy using the 7 Deltas process to achieve balance, direction, and completion through persistent change. Hey, thank you for listening to the first chapter of 7 Deltas. I hope you enjoyed it. More to come. Please send me an email with your comments at erodriguez@7deltas.com. That's erodriguez@7deltas.com. All right, folks. Well, thank you very much. You have a great and powerful day, and I will be updating you with new, valuable, and hopefully inspiring information for your life. Thank you very much.